Have you guys ever wondered how would a light ray react when it's near a black hole? But before getting into this topic, we all would have done a small experiment in which we would have tied a tiny object to a tray and would have rotated like this, something like that. Now, if I take this example to a new level, let's imagine a satellite orbiting around the Earth. Now, to understand the principle behind it, we'll have to take help of Sir Isaac Newton. Yes, we are talking about the person who made our textbooks go from this to this. Now, according to Sir Isaac Newton's principle, if I throw the first apple with a smaller velocity, it'll form a small projectile and it'll fall back to the surface of the Earth. Now, if I do the same thing with the second apple with a bit more velocity, it'll form a much large range projectile when compared to the first one and fall back to the Earth's surface. Now, if I do the same thing with a third apple with much greater velocity, it'll start orbiting around the Earth. But how? To understand that, we'll have to take help of Sir Albert Einstein. According to Einstein, gravity is not just a force. It is something which is created due to the mass of a celestial object or an object which penetrates the space-time fabric. Now, if I consider a celestial object or a planet or a star penetrating the space-time fabric, even the light will have to follow the path of the space-time fabric that is curved. Yeah, most of you would be scratching your head. Let me give you an example. Now, if I consider the rubber sheet to be a space-time fabric and the ant's path to be a ray of light and the paperweight to be an object or a planet, the ant's path changes due to the penetration caused by the paperweight. The same way the light ray behaves, that is, it follows the path of a space-time fabric. This is the reason why a black hole appears something like that. Now, most of you will be thinking, what about the light ray circling around the black hole? As I spoke earlier, if a satellite moves with a sufficient orbital velocity, it starts orbiting around the Earth. The same way, when a light ray moves towards the photon sphere of a black hole, it orbits around the black hole. Now, what is a photon sphere? A photon sphere is a region where the gravitational field is so massively strong that when an object traveling at the speed of light comes near to it, it starts orbiting around the black hole. This is the reason why when we observe a black hole through an observatory, the light ray appears to be circling around the black hole, which is a bit reddish in color. The reddishness of the light is observed due to the gravitational redshift, which means if it's a blue light circling around the black hole, it appears to be reddish in color when observed in an observatory. Still confused? As I spoke earlier, if the space-time fabric is curved, even the light ray will follow the curved path. And as the light follows the curved path, its energy decreases, which results in the decreasing frequency, which results in increasing wavelength. I'm glad we made it till the end. Thank you so much.